So I'm joined by the winner of our CMO of the Year Award 2015, Ariane Marchant from Proximus. Ariane, first of all, many congratulations on winning the award. Give us your reaction.
I'm so happy. What can I say? It's really a big reward to be like that, recognized by peers internationally, professionals, and I have received that as a big gift because already I had the brand going up, and then all the KPIs from the business that were up, and now I received that. So it's a big satisfaction, I would say. Big
Good
satisfaction.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's well deserved. One of the big things that the judges picked up on was the rebranding exercise that you did, a huge task. Tell us about perhaps maybe some of the big challenges that you came across when doing that.
It was a long journey. We had several challenges. The first one was to being able to really take this mobile brand into the company. I would say, as a reference, we used an outside company, advertising and a branding company, that really helped us to make a kind of neutral recommendation and making possible, I would say, for the smallest brand to become the hero of today. So in reality, Belgacom was the main brand. It was a mother brand, so many people, and it was the case of the employees. They were sure that the rebranding would go to Belgacom, so it was not that easy. But in reality, we did several steps that really helped into the process. The first thing is that we said, okay, it's not one opinion against the other. We will take an outside agency, and this agency, we will ask them to recommend. And Saffron Agency, as branding, really made the analysis, and they came with a recommendation that Proximus was really giving a sense. So Proximus means the closest to you. So it really means something, and that it has really value and also vitality, etc. So it was their recommendation. And another thing we did was to start really early by announcing the rebranding to Proximus without a real change of design. So it really let the change curve to happen into the company, and all these people to be able to really be with it at the end of the journey and become real ambassadors. And the last thing we did also is we took some aspects from the brand, from Belgacom brand, so roundness into the letters. We also took the blue colors, and we brought that back. So there was some heritage from Belgacom into the new Proximus, and with all these elements, we really achieved to have everybody on board and to be there the real D-Day of the rebranding.
So rebranding was part of what we picked up on. Another part was about the customer experience, and one of the sort of key things I think nowadays for CMOs is to really try and understand their customers a lot better through analytics and a whole range of different areas like that. What have you done to understand your customers better effectively?
You know, in telco we have huge massa of data. It's hundreds of data that you can cross everywhere. So I think at Proximus we really are rather good in the pace, in the big data. But I think one thing we are starting to do better and better is to have, next to quantitative data, also a kind of qualitative look on them. For instance, we know what people are watching, what kind of device they have, like everybody. But one of the things we do, for instance, for the moment, is that you have predictive models. These predictive models, instead of just using them and calling people that come into your list, as for instance people value at risk, you take them. But when you call them, you don't offer your retention offer. What you do is that you ask them, how do they feel? Are they satisfied? And if they say yes, you can maybe make an upsell. If they say no, you can say why. Maybe it's because of a technical issue, then you propose a technical issue or another reason. And then you start to open, in reality, even if your listing is based on retention and propensity model, to offer solutions that are really human and that are taking care of the people at this right moment, is reality, and is really going to the individual level. And that's what we try to do more and more.
Okay, so we've done rebranding, we've done customer experience. Let's talk about new products and services. What have you done in that area? I know, for example, you guys have partnered with Netflix, for example, as a real kind of aim to attract and retain customers. What other kind of things have you done in that field?
In reality, our role as a brand is to let people to be close to what matters to them. So that's really the way we get inspired, and we say, okay, that's the way we will serve them. So what do we do in that direction is that we want them to be always close to their friends, their families, their favorite series, their favorite sports. So it means that we have proposed now the 11 Sports, the new channel, as part of our offer. We have into the service. We know people watch TV rather late, so we have extended our hours of assistance till midnight, even on Sunday, so they can call us if they have any issue. We have, in general, an app called My Proximus. With this app, they can handle their product, manage their product. They can look at their consumption, but also have proactive advice. So we really try to be close to everything that matters at any moment through a whole portfolio of services and products. And these are examples.
Okay. Now tell me, no CMO, no C-suite now can be exempt from top and bottom line KPIs. How important are those to your role? How involved are you in those?
These are my goals, so they are very important. We have the chance to be really the engine of the consumer business unit as marketing at Proximus. So of course the first thing I need to do is to, with these targets, design, initiate all initiatives and orchestrate them within the business unit. So they are, I would say, a guide, a goal, and we have a central role to materialize them. So this is crucial. I think that's why we are there.
Okay. Now, the final thing, as is almost your duty now as the CMO of the year, is to provide some advice to your peers. What kind of thing would you say is kind of, one of your major learnings, one of your key takeaways from maybe the last 12 months that you would sort of say, this is where, is the most important area to focus on for other CMOs?
It's indeed a bit difficult. I have maybe two things to say, two pieces of advice. The first one is that more than other brands in FMCG, because you cannot smell, you cannot taste, you cannot touch the product in digital, in telco. You need to have more emotions. Your brand need to bring all emotions because they don't come through the product. So you have to dare to go to the emotional side and go away from the technical side. And the other thing is that you should really get the opportunity to share the brand ownership. The brand doesn't belong to marketing, the brand belongs to consumers, and the contact with consumers within your company, there are a lot of people in front line and they are the brand for the consumers. So if you can share the brand preference like we do, having a brand KPI at the company level on brand preference and share that with the whole company, you really bring your brand alive through the whole organization and transform your organization into a customer-centric one. So that would be my second piece of advice.
Well, Ariane, congratulations once again and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.